Evening, class. This is my memorable speech. It's crazy how the things you remember are more important by life events. My memorable speech is going to be about a time I actually got in trouble. When I was, say, 15, 16 years old, we lived out in the country. We had a rope swing down at the river. And every Sunday we took off, went down to the rope swing, played around, had a good time. Well, my dad had told me to go down to the new house place he had built and mow some grass. Take the tractor down there, make a lap around the pond. You'll be good. Then you can go on down there with your friends. So I literally took the tractor, went down there, and made one lap around the pond, cutting grass. I mean, blades still high. It wasn't what he expected. I kind of knew it wasn't what he expected, but hey, I was young and dumb. You get those opportunities. I parked the tractor, took off, went down there, had a great time at the rope swing all day. Never heard from him. I mean, he never called, never had any issues, so I assumed everything was good. Got in the next day, or got in that night. Next day, I got up to go to school. Dad stopped me. He said, "Nah, you're not going to school today. Come on outside when you get dressed. Don't dress nice." I walked outside and he had the weed eater out. He had already had the steel blade hooked up for it, and he was ready to go. He had thought this through. So that was a Friday. That Friday, no, that was a Monday. That Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I didn't go to school. I spent that Monday and Tuesday and that Wednesday evening weed eating the edges of the pond he had built 3 years before, but hadn't moved the house down there. So I mean, there is just stuff growing up over your head. It's crazy. But it took me 2 whole days and one evening to get it done, and it was a very long process. Needless to say, I never went back down there and just mowed one lap of grass. The same month, he had built the pond and he had stumps in it, but he wanted to know when he was fishing in it where they would be. I had messed up, and I can't even remember where I messed up now, but I got to crawl off in the pond with T-post, and if you don't know what those are, it's like a barbed wire fence that keeps cows in. They use T-post and tie the barbed wire to it. Just a tall post and a post hole driver, which is just a heavy metal kind of tool that drives post in. Well, the water was low, but it was still in some spots like cheek deep. It's almost over your head. Had me swimming out there with this post and this driver, driving post into stumps or right beside him, so he would know when he had his boat out there where he was. I finally just raised up, and he's up there talking to his friends on the hill and said, this is not cool for a better term. And he yelled back down at me and told me you're building character. And I pretty much knew from the tone in his voice, speaking, or putting emphasis on words, that I needed to just hush and keep doing my punishment. But those are the kind of things that make you who you are today, make you take responsibility for stuff. So I was glad the lessons my dad taught me. So, anyways, I appreciate it, class.